Hello, welcome to Terminally Online TV. So this is a brand new channel. I made this channel today. I made like an intro video just before this, and I wanted to start making content basically immediately. I had a lot of motivation today, and I think I'm going to continue on if I can start to see some some fruits yielded from my efforts. So um. Yeah, let's just get right into it. This is, as you can see from the title, this is a video called History of the Entire World, I guess. So I've seen this one maybe like years and years ago, and I just know it's one of like the famous videos on the internet. And I see here now that there's a lot of other people who react to this video specifically, and they do pretty well. So anyhow, it's been a minute since I've seen this video, and I know it's a great video. So let's get right into it. As the title says, I'm a software developer. Been doing that for about 9 years. And yeah, this is just, I'm doing this as sort of a side gig right now, and we'll see where it takes us. But if you like the video, please like and subscribe, leave a comment, let me know where you'd like to see me take this channel. Yeah, without further ado, let's just get right into it. Bill Wirtz.
Hi, you're on a rock, floating in space.
Okay, sorry, I just wanted to make sure I wasn't on 2 times speed. My man Bill Wirtz talks real fast, apparently.
Pretty cool, huh? Some of it's water. Fuck it. Actually, most of it's water. I can't even get from here to there without buying a boat. It's sad. I'm sad. I miss you.
How did this happen?
A long time ago, actually never, and also now, nothing is nowhere. When? Never. Makes sense, right? Like I said, it didn't happen. Nothing was never anywhere. That's why it's been everywhere. It's been so everywhere, you don't need a where. You don't even need a when.
So I remember when I had first seen this confused the hell out of me. Like, I feel like he's getting the point he's making is that this is before the Big Bang, and therefore there is no physical space nor a dimension of time. But what I will say is that I know a lot of the rest of the video he oversimplifies things that happened, but he simplifies them in a way that sort of you kind of understand. Whereas this one, I'm not so sure I understand what he's really getting at. But also, I am definitely no scientist. That is out of my domain.
That's how every it gets. Forget this. I want to be something, go somewhere, do something. I want things to change. I want to invent time and space. And I know it's possible because everything is here and it probably already happened. I just don't know when to start. And that's exactly where it started. Oh, I paused it. I think there's a universe now. What's it made of?
Quarks and stuff.
So I'm guessing this is like moments after the Big Bang type of thing.
Ah, that's a thing. In a place. Don't like it? Try a new place. At a different time. Try to stick together because the world is going to get bigger and emptier.
Gravity, dark matter. Okay, am I crazy? But wasn't there a Big Bang? I think there was like a new discovery or a scientific sort of. Wasn't there sort of some sort of yeah, poked a hole in the Big Bang theory. Wasn't this going around? I saw this on Twitter recently. Let's see what this says. Harvard astrophysicists confirm existing theories of composition expansion of the universe. Okay. So, found that dark energy makes up 2/3 of the universe according to a study. Study also found that 1/3 of the universe is composed of mostly dark matter, confirms existing theories about configuration of the universe. Even stronger footing. Okay, so maybe it was about the expansion concept that was anyway, I think there was some sort of finding or recent basically conjecture within the space relating to, I think, expansion of the universe or the Big Bang in general. Anyway, let's get back to the video.
But it's not empty yet. It's still very full and about 1,000,000,000 degrees. Great news. The quarks are now happily married in groups of 3, called a proton or a neutron. And there's something else flying around too that wants to join in but can't because it's still too... Great news, the protons and
I wonder how hot it was.
neutrons are now happily married to each other. Some of them even doubled up. Great news, the electrons have now joined in. Congratulations, the world is now a bunch of gas in space. But it's getting closer together. And it's getting closer together.
10 million, 500
And it's
million.
getting closer together. It's a star. New shit just got made.
So does that mean it took about 500 million years for the process of the dust from the Big Bang to compose into a star for the first time? Is that what is being posited here?
Some stars burn out and die. Bigger stars burn out and die with passion and make some brand new, way crazier shit.
So wait,
And die. Bigger stars burn out and die with passion and make some brand new,
so supernovas create new elements. I'm guessing it's these highlighted ones. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
way crazier shit.
I do not know my elements table.
Space dust.
Which allows newer, more interesting stars to be made and then die and explode into.
Even crazier space dust.
So now stars have cool stuff around them, like rocks, ice, and funny clouds, which can make some very interesting things. Like this ball of flaming rocks, for example. Holy shit, we just got hit with another ball of flaming rocks. And it kind of made a mess, which is now... Weather update, it's raining rocks.
Okay, so we got hit by asteroids, which created debris that went out of the atmosphere of the Earth and eventually composed over long periods of time into the moon. That's interesting.
Rocks from outer space. Weather update, those rocks might have had water inside them and now there's hot steam in the sky. Weather update, cooler temperatures today and the floor is no longer lava. Weather update, it's raining. Severe flooding alert, the entire world is now an ocean. Volcano alert.
That's land.
There's life in the ocean. What?
So are volcanoes the only reason that we have land? Would the whole world be underwater if we had no volcanoes to change the topography? I don't know. Interesting question.
Something's alive in the ocean.
Oh cool, like a plant or an animal? No, a microscopic speck. It lives at the bottom of the ocean and eats chemical soup, which is being served hot and fresh, made from gnarly space ingredients left over from when it was raining rocks or whatever. Oh yeah, and it can do that.
Okay. How rare can this have been? The fact that life emerged on Earth, allegedly. If there was water on Mars, like Earth, it seems like Earth obviously was just had a lot of things going for it in terms of circumstance, but the universe has a lot of opportunity for that circumstance to be duplicated. So personally, I really do wonder how common certain stages of the development of life get, because I think it's, you know, it's not without question because we don't have positive proof that alien life exists, but maybe it didn't get past sort of, you know, certain stages, and I wonder how many have gotten to the point of sort of human level of consciousness, right? Maybe that's a step that's the more miraculous one, if you want to use that terminology. Anyway, very interesting subject. It's always fascinated me. And, but yeah, definitely an interesting topic. Let's see where this video goes.
It has secret instructions written inside itself telling it how to build another one of itself. So that's pretty nifty, I would say. Tired of living at the bottom of the ocean?
Now you can eat sunlight.
Using a revolutionary technique, you can convert sunlight into food.
Taste the sun.
Side effect, now there's oxygen everywhere and the sky's blue. Then the Earth might have been a snowball for a while, maybe even a couple of times. It's a sponge, it's a plant, it's a worm, and some other types of weird, strange water bugs and strange fish.
It's the Cambrian explosion.
Wow, that's animals and stuff. But we're still in the ocean. Hey, can we go on land? No. Why? The sun is a deadly laser. Oh, okay.
Not anymore, there's a blanket.
Now the...
So, what created the ozone? Or why was there no ozone, and then why was there suddenly, or maybe not suddenly, why was there then ozone? That is an interesting question to me. And I'm sure if I took a science class once in my life, I'd probably figure know some of these answers, but I didn't, so.
The animals can go on land. Come on, animals, let's go on land. Nope, can't walk yet. And there's no food yet, so I don't care. Okay, will you learn to walk if there's plants up here? Maybe, said some bugs. And fish. Okay, so I can go on land, but I have to go back in the water to have...
Have babies.
Learn to use an egg.
I was already doing that.
Use a stronger egg. Put water in it. Have a baby on land in an egg. Water is in the egg. Baby in the egg, in the water, in the egg. Works for me.
Bye bye, ocean.
And now everything's huge, including bugs. Want to see a map of the land? Sure.
That's crazy, actually. Like the big bugs, like I can't even think of bugs being much bigger than they already are. That shit scares me so much.
Oh fuck, now everything's dead.
Wait, there was a extinction before the dinosaurs? Okay, interesting.
Just kidding, here are the survivors. Keep your eye on this one because it's about to become the dinosaurs. Here's another map of the land. Yeah, it broke apart, don't worry about it, it does that all the time. Here comes a meteor.
And the dinosaurs are gone.
It's mammal time, here come the mammals. Look at those breasts. Now they're gonna dominate the world, and one of them just learned how to grab stuff. And walk. No, like, walk like that. And grab stuff at the same time. And bang rocks together to make pointed rocks. Ouch. And set things on fire. Youch. And make crazy sounds with their voice. Knirsch, which can mean different things.
That's a human person.
See, that is so cool. You know what's sorry to pause and jump around like this, but I was going to say oh, whoa, I can choose my handle. Okay. Nice. I was looking for this before. That's cool. Cool. I was looking for this before. That's awesome. But what I was gonna say is, what's that YouTube channel who does primitive technology? This guy is so cool, and it just reminds me of basically like how crazy, how inventive these early human ancestors and early humans had to be to sort of to move themselves up basically in terms of productivity and you know, to be able to build shelter, to be able to work metal and stone and to produce fire using some of these methods that this guy demonstrates. It's so cool. If you guys are a fan of this channel, let me know. I would love if this guy made content, because I think he stopped making... Whoa, he's been making... Wait. Wasn't there a period of time when he just didn't make shit for a year? Yeah, 2 years ago, and then 8 months. Okay, so he's been making content. I gotta watch some of this stuff. That's cool. That's really cool. Sorry for the distraction.
And now they're everywhere.
Sorry, that guy is awesome. Primitive Technology, shout out. Awesome channel.
Almost.
Ice Age,
What? You can walk over here? Cool.
not anymore.
Well, I guess we're stuck here now. Let's review. There's people on the planet. And they're chasing their food. Fuck it. Time to plant some grass. Look at this. I control the food now. Now everyone will want to be my friend and live near me. Let's all build houses, except mine is bigger because I own the food. This is great. I wonder if anyone else is doing this. Tired of using rocks for everything? Use metal. It's underground. Better farming was just invented in a sweet dank valley right in between these two rivers. And the animals are helping.
Guess what happens next?
More food, and more people who came to buy the food. Now you need people to help make the food and keep track of the sales. And now you need houses for people to live in and people to make the houses. And now there's more people and they invent things, which makes things better. And more people come and there's more farming and more people to make more things for more people. And now there's business, money, writing, laws, power.
Society.
You ever imagine what like actually living in that time would have been like primitive societies? Must have been. I mean, I'm not saying I wouldn't probably trade my life right now for it, but just be interesting to be able to peer into that historical lens and just because all we can do is imagine it right now and use the little that we found regarding these ancient civilizations to sort of contemplate what living and life was like back then. But it's really interesting to think about.
Coming soon to a dank river valley near you. Meanwhile, out in the middle of nowhere, the horse is probably being tamed. Why is all my metal so lame and lumpy? Tired of using lame, sad metal? Introducing
Bronze.
made with special ingredient tin from the far lands of Tinland. I don't know, my dealer won't tell me where he gets it. Also, guess what?
Egypt.
Meanwhile, out in the middle of nowhere, they figured out how to put wheels on a horse. Now we're getting somewhere. Also,
China.
and did I mention?
Indus River Valley Civilization. Nordic Chica.
Okay, let's see.
I mentioned.
Indus River Valley Civilization. Nordic Chica.
Sorry, so there's 5 civilizations at this point in time, all at... Let me just go back to this graph.
Meanwhile, out in the middle of nowhere. where they figured out how to put wheels on a horse. Now we're getting
Sorry
somewhere.
about this jumping
Also,
around.
China.
I want to see that list
Did I
of
mention
Indus
civilizations.
River Valley civilization.
Okay. So I think I know that some of the most ancient civilizations were based on like river systems. And I mean, it looks like this one has ocean access. This one is at the Mediterranean up here. I don't know. It's probably the Mediterranean. I don't know where this is. My geography's not that great, but I think Indus River Valley, that sounds like it's based on around a river.
the Middle East
And I think Mesopotamia was as he said, there was two rivers, and that made up the term Mesopotamia. I don't know. But that's pretty cool.
is getting more complicated. Maybe because it's in the middle of the East. Knock knock, or clop clop. It's the people with the horses. And they made an empire. And then everyone else copied their horses.
Greeks.
Ah, look, it must be the
Cool.
Greeks, or a beta version of the Greeks. Let's check in with the
Beta.
Indus River Valley civilization. They're gone. Guess who's not gone?
China. New arrivals in India. Maybe it's those horse people I was talking about, or their cousins or something.
Indo-Iranians.
And they wrote some hymns and mantras and stuff.
I learned about the Vedic texts in high school.
You could make a religion out of this. There's the Bronze Age collapse.
Now the Phoenicians can get down to business.
Also, can we switch to a metal that's a little easier to find? Thanks. Look who came back to Israel. It's the 12 tribes of Israel.
And they believe in God.
Just one, though. He's got like a 10-step program. Here's some huge heads. Must
They believe in God.
Wait,
just
what did
one,
that
though.
say?
He's got like a 10-step program.
10 Commandments. I'm guessing this is Yahweh. I am God. No one else is God. Don't make fun of my name. You can take Saturdays off. You should do what your parents say. Don't murder anyone. Don't get too sexy. Don't rob anyone. Don't lie about other people in court. That's interesting. Don't want to do any of the other things I just told you not to do. Don't want to do those things. Okay.
Program. Here's some huge heads. Must be the Olmecs. The Phoenicians make some colonies. The Greeks copy their idea and make some colonies. The Phoenicians made a colony so big it makes colonies. Here comes the Assyrian Empire. The Greeks copy their idea.
So Carthage, which I think they just showed Carthage there, that's an interesting civilization. I don't know if you'd call it a civilization. I guess maybe you would. But they had this like incredible port. Let me just try to Google it real quick. Probably a name for that. Yeah, this thing. Great Harbor of Carthage. I've watched documentaries on this thing. It was super cool. Very, very cool. Like, to think they did this in like 200 BC. You know what I mean? Incredible.
And make some colonies. The Phoenicians made a colony so big it makes colonies. Here comes the Assyrian Empire. Never mind, it's the Babylonian Median.
It's the Persian Empire.
Wow, that's big. Ah, the Buddha was just enlightened. Who's the Buddha? This guy who sat under a tree for so long that he figured out how to ignore the fact that we're all dying. You can make a religion out of this. Oops, China just broke, but while it was breaking, Confucius was figuring out how to have good morals. Ah, the Greeks just had the idea of thinking about stuff. And right over here, Alexander just had the idea of conquering the entire Persian Empire. It's a great idea. He was great. And now he's dead.
So
Hopefully the
Alexander
rest
the
of the
Great
gang will
conquered
be able to
Persia.
share the empire evenly
Okay.
between them. Knock knock, it's Chandragupta. He says get the hell out of here. Will you get the hell out of here if I give you 500 elephants? Okay, thanks, bye.
Time to conquer all of India.
Is that historically accurate? Was there really a trade for all of India for 500 elephants? And explain to me how this guy had 500 elephants that he was just had in his wallet to trade. That is pretty cool.
Most of India.
But what about this part? That's the Tamil Kings. No one conquers the Tamil Kings. Who are the Tamil Kings?
Merchants probably. And they've got spices.
Who would like to buy the spices? Me, said the Arabians, swiftly buying it and selling it to the rest of the world. Hey, China put itself back together again, with good morals as their main philosophy. Actually, they have 3 main philosophies.
Confucianism, Taoism, and legalism. Having good morals, go with the flow.
Out here, the horse
Obey
nomads
the
run
law.
wild and free, and they would like to ransack your city. Let's check the Greekification levels of the Greekified kingdoms. Greekification overload.
Hellenization. I don't know what that means. It's probably a term for a culture in that time period.
Bye, said the Parthians. Bye, said the Jews. Hi, said the Parthians, taking over the entire place. Hey, said the Romans, eating the entire Mediterranean for breakfast. Thanks for invading our homeland, said the Jews, who were starting to get tired of people invading their homeland. Hi, everything's great, said some guy who seems to be getting very popular and is then arrested and killed for being
My
too
boy
popular, which only makes him
JC.
more popular. You can make a religion out of this. Want silk? Now you can buy it from China. They just made a
Brand new road to the world.
Conquering
You can
Vietnam.
get their own water.
Silk Road. What year is this?
sick. New trade routes, said India, accidentally spreading their religion to the entire southeast. That's
Oh,
a good
wow.
place for an epic trading kingdom. There goes Buddhism traveling up the Silk Road. I wonder if it'll reach China before it collapses again. Remember the Persian Empire? Yep, said the Persians, making a new one. Axum is getting so powerful they would like to build a long stick. Has anyone populated Madagascar yet? Let's do it together.
China's whole again. Then it broke again.
Still can't cross
China's
the
been
Sahara
around
Desert?
for the
Try
long haul.
camels,
Hell yeah, now we got business.
said the Ghana Empire, selling lots of gold and slaves. Hi, I live in the Roman Empire, and I was wondering...
Is loving Jesus legal yet?
No. Actually, okay, sure, said Constantine, moving the capital way over here to be closer to his main rival. Don't worry about Rome, it won't fall.
It's the gold.
And it did eventually fall. That's pretty interesting stuff. So Constantinople was moved, or the capital was moved to this place called Constantinople, which I'm guessing he named to be closer to his main rival. Okay, interesting. Golden Age of India, medicine, science, math. I don't know much about this golden age.
There's the Gupta Empire, not Chandragupta, just Gupta. First name Chandra, the first. Guess who's in Rome?
Barbarians.
What's a barbarian? Non-Romans, said the Romans, being invaded by non-Romans. R.I.P. Roman Empire. Or actually just half of it. The other half is just fine, but it's not in Rome anymore, so let's give it a new name.
The minds of
So how does a group of barbarians, which are non-Romans, organize themselves well enough to beat the Romans? And I just that doesn't really. So the Roman Empire got RIP'd by these barbarians who were organized enough to take them out. And so these barbarians were just not in Rome or not part of it. Maybe it was like an uprising from within. It just doesn't really make sense that some outside group that just were called barbarians was able to take out the Romans. So I should probably read up on that a bit more.
Actually just half of it. The other half is just fine, but it's not in Rome anymore, so let's give it a new name.
the minds have figured out the stars.
Oh, and here's a huge city. Population everyone. The Gok Turks have taken over the entire Eurasian steppe. Great job, Gok Turks. How's India? Broken. How's China?
Back together.
How's those trading kingdoms?
Bigger and there's more of them.
Korea has 3 kingdoms. Japan has a kingdom. It's the Sunrise Kingdom. Deep in the Arabian desert, on the top of a mountain, the real God whispers in Muhammad's ear. So he goes down to the cube where everyone worships gods, and he tells them their gods are all fake. And
So was that cube there before Islam was a thing? Interesting. I don't know that. I don't know much about Islam or the cube, which I'm sure has a more official name than the cube. I know that's still a thing where people go to do their what's it called? There's a term for when you go back to the homeland and do the walk around the cube, and I sound very ignorant right about now, so let's get back to the video.
everyone got so mad at him that he had to leave town and go to a different town. You can make a religion out of this, and maybe conquer the world as well. The Roman Empire is long gone, but somehow the Pope is still the Pope. Plus there's...
New kingdoms all over Europe.
I wonder if there's room for Moors. Here's all the wisdom. In a house. It's the Baghdad House of Wisdom. Just in time for the
Islamic golden age.
Islamic Golden Age. Wonder what was produced from that Golden Age.
Let's bring stuff to the coast.
Sorry, this video seems interesting. Major time periods and ages. Timeline of world history. That sounds pretty interesting. Add that to a watch later.
And sell it and become the Swahili on the Swahili coast, said the Swahili on the Swahili coast. Remember this tiny space you have to go through to get from here to there? Someone owns that now. Want to get enlightened in the middle of nowhere? The Franks have the biggest kingdom in Europe, and the Pope is so proud that he invites the king over for Christmas. Surprise, you're the new Roman emperor, said the Pope, pretending to still be part of the Roman Empire. Then the Franks broke their kingdom into what will later be called France and not France. The Northerners, or just Norse if you don't have much time, are exploring. They go north, from the north to the northern north, and they find some land, 2 types of land, and they name them accordingly. They also invade some other places and get called many...
I'm guessing that's a joke at the fact... Wait, did you say pranked?
and they find some land, 2 types of land, and they name them accordingly.
Okay, yeah, because I was gonna say those were not named accordingly.
They also invade some other places and get called many names, such as Vikings. There's the Rus, the Kievan Rus. Are they Vikings? I don't think so, said the Kievan Rus. Okay, fair enough. The Pope is ready to
Kievan
make some more
Rus.
emperors of the Roman Empire, the Holy Roman Empire. It's actually Germany, but don't worry about it. New kingdoms.
Christianize all the kingdoms.
Which brand would you like? Mine's better, mine's better, mine's better. Time to conquer England, said William. It's a bird, it's a plane.
It's the Seljuk Turks.
Said the Byzantine Empire, who's getting so small it almost doesn't exist anymore. We need help. They need help, so they call the Pope. Hey, Pope, can you help us get rid of the Seljuks? Maybe take back the Holy Land on the way? Come on, I know you want to take back the Holy Land. Yes, I do actually want to do that. Let's do a crusade.
Crusade.
They did many crusades, some of which almost didn't fail, but at least the Italians got some sweet trade deals.
So wait, they were trying to take back the Holy Land by doing the Crusades. Okay, so the Crusades was when the Pope tried to take back the Holy Land, which was taken by just the Turks.
Who's getting so small it almost doesn't exist anymore. We need help. They need help, so they call the Pope. Hey, Pope, can you help us get rid of the Seljuks? Maybe take back the Holy Land on the way? Come on, I know you want to take back the Holy Land. Yes, I do actually want to do that. Let's do a crusade.
Crusade.
They did many crusades, some of which almost didn't fail, but at least the Italians got some sweet trade deals. Goodbye, Mayans.
Hello, Toltecs.
Goodbye, Toltecs.
Hello, Mississippi.
Look at those mounds. There's the Pueblo. I always wondered how to
Interesting.
build a town in a cliff. Guess who's here? Come here. Where? Here. And Pagan is there. Vietnam unconquered itself, Korea just became itself, and Japan is so addicted to art that the military might have to take over the government.
So addicted to art that the military has to take over the government. Like how addicted to art can you get? And why would that addiction lead to the military needing to take over the government? So many questions, but I do know that Japan had the shogunate for quite some time, which I guess is like military leadership of a country, which is I don't know if there's any other countries that have that as in their history, but that's interesting. Definitely an interesting history to Japan.
China just invented bombs and typing, and the Mongols just invaded most of the universe. Nice going, Genghis. I bet that will last a long time. Some of the Islamic Turks rose to the universe.
Wait, that is a lot of space. So Mongolia controlled all of this? Looks like they didn't get India. Or like, I just don't know. It seems like a very arbitrary line. Interesting though. So Mongolia took over basically the whole world
Nice going,
with their very fast looking horses.
Genghis. I bet that will last a long time. Some
Okay,
of the
so that's
Islamic
Genghis
Turks were
Khan.
unaffected by the Mongol invasions because they were busy invading India. Is it Tonga time? I think it's Tonga time. I just found out where the Swahili gets all their gold. Look at this Chad. Means lake. There's an empire there, right in the middle of it. The king of Mali is so rich he's going on tour.
So I've heard about Mansa Musa. Apparently the richest man in world history. I'm guessing because he owned all the gold, basically, in the whole world. And therefore, you're just the richest because you have all the gold, which was basically what people saw as valuable back then.
To let everyone know. Wow, that guy's rich, everyone said. The Christians are doing a great job reconquering Iberia, which will soon be called Spain and not Spain. Please remain Christian. We will check in later to see if you're still Christian when you least expect. Whoops, half of Europe just...
So the Spanish Inquisition was when they checked back in. And I'm guessing some pretty fucked up shit happened. Black Death, I'm pretty sure this was a disease. Basically a pandemic, global pandemic, or maybe just a European pandemic that killed a lot of people.
died. China's back.
Wait, wasn't the Black Death, isn't that when they wore those crazy like masks? Like the bird masks? Yeah, these creepy looking masks. Is that from, yeah, Plague Doctor. So Black Death is like the plague, which didn't it kill like 20% of the world? $75 million to 200 million people died in a 4-year period. The most fatal pandemic recorded in human history. The bubonic plague. Oh, I should not be looking that up on YouTube. That's probably going to show me some messed up shit. Um, okay, cool.
Yay! Hey, come here. Time to share. New kingdoms here and there. Oh, look who controls all the islands. It's the Mahajapit, Majahapit, Mapajahit, Mahapajit, Mapajahit, Majapahit. Oh, Italy's really rich. Time for them to care a lot about art and the ancient classics. It's kind of like a rebirth. Here's a printer. Let's make
It's crazy to think about the art and the architecture and the engineering of that time period. Just incredible stuff.
books. So you think you can conquer the Byzantine Empire? Yep, said the Ottoman Turks. Nice job, Ottoman Turks. Oops, you missed a spot. Don't forget to ban Europe from the Indian spice trade. What? That's bullshit, said Portugal, spiceless.
Well, I guess we'll have to find another way to India.
Wait, said Christopher Columbus, probably smoking crack. If the world is round, let's go this way to India. No, don't worry, we already got this, said Portugal. So Chris goes to Spain. Hey, Spain, want to hire me to find India by...
Man, they must have really wanted those spices. They went all the way around Africa on boats to do trade routes for spices.
Going around back of the world? No, please, no, please, no, please. Okay. So he sails into the ocean and discovers more ocean, and then discovers the Indies and Japan. Let's draw a line to decide who gets which half of the world.
Okay. That is not Japan. Because this is North America, this is South America, and I'm pretty sure Japan is not between those two. Did he put quotations on that? Or is that just a... Is that maybe what they thought they found, but wasn't... Obviously, that's not Japan, so maybe that's what
And then
they...
discovers the Indies and Japan.
So he just said it as if it was a... I thought he would have put it in quotes if it was just a mistake. Maybe... Anyhow,
Draw a line to decide who gets which half of
Yeah.
the world. The Aztec and Inca empires are off to a great start. I wonder if they know that Europe just discovered their continent. The Habsburgs are marrying into so many royal families they might have to start marrying each other. Move over, Lithuania. Here comes Moscow. Ivan wants to make Russia great again. Move over, Timurids. Maybe go invade India or something. Persia just made Persia Persian again. Let's make it the other kind of Islam. The one where we thought the first guy should have been the other guy. Hey Christians, do you sin? Now you can buy your way out of hell. That's bullshit. This whole thing is bullshit. That's a scam. Fuck the church. Here's 95 reasons why, said Martin Luther in his new book, which might have accidentally started the Protestant Reformation. You know what would be magnificent, said Suleiman wearing an in his new shit. This whole thing is bullshit. That's a scam. Fuck the church. Here's 95 reasons why, said Martin Luther in his new book, which might have
95 Reasons Why Fuck the Church by Martin Luther. I'm guessing that is not the title. It's interesting that this guy was... Damn, he was dedicated to his cause. 95 reasons. Damn.
accidentally started the Protestant Reformation. You know what would be magnificent, said Suleiman wearing an onion hat? What if the Ottoman Empire was really big, which it is now? What if Russia was big, said
Damn.
Ivan wearing an onion
Wait.
hat? What if the Ottoman Empire
The Ottomans
was
took
really
all that?
big, which it is now?
That's a lot of the coast. I guess this is Africa. And this is the Middle East. And I guess that's India. Yeah.
Now, what if Russia was big, said Ivan, trying not to be terrible. Portugal had a dream that they controlled the entire Indian Ocean, including the spice trade. And then that dream was real. And Spain realized that this is not India, but they pillaged, including the spice trade.
Okay, so Portugal, I just want to see what he highlights here just so I can get a
And
reference.
then that dream was...
So he highlighted a bunch of stuff here. So lots of, okay, this is like a lot of colonialist stuff. Okay, interesting.
was real, and Spain realized that this is not India, but they pillaged it anyway. Damn, said England and France. We gotta start
Damn.
pillaging some stuff. Then the Dutch revolt and all the hipsters moved to Amsterdam. Damn, said Amsterdam. We gotta start pillaging some stuff. Question 1, can you get to India through
Amsterdam
North
was
America? No,
pillaging
but at least
stuff.
there's beaver. Question 2, steal the spice trade. That's not a question,
I didn't know Amsterdam got like that. Damn.
but the Dutch did it anyway. Guess where all the sugar's made? In Brazil. Stolen. In the Caribbean. And it's so goddamn profitable you might forget to not do slavery. The next thing on Russia's to-do list is to get bigger. Britain and
It's kind of crazy to think about. Sugar is like a resource that really wasn't, you don't produce sugar in like Europe or anything. So like they discovered that in South America there's like these sugar cane, and it's just crazy to think like the limited goods that they must have had in certain regions at different times because they didn't have global trade networks.
France are having a friendly discussion about who should control the entire world, more specifically Ohio. Then it escalates into a 7-year discussion, giving Prussia a chance to show Austria who's boss.
I do not know much about the 7 Years' War. Prussia versus Austria, and Prussia is the winner. Okay.
But what about Britain and France? Did they figure out who's boss? Yes, they did. It's Britain. Guess who's broke? Also Britain. So they start taxing the hell out of America. Fuck you, says America, declaring their independence and fighting for it. And France helps them win. Now France is broke. And Britain will have to send their prisoners to a different continent.
Wait. They sent their prisoners to Australia?
France helps them win. Now France is broke. And Britain will have to send their prisoners to a different continent. Wait, if France is broke, why do the king and queen still wear such fancy dresses? Let's overthrow the palace and cut all their heads off, said Robespierre, cutting everybody's head off until someone eventually got mad and cut his head off. You could make a No, don't. Haiti is starting to like the idea of a revolution, especially the slaves, who free themselves by killing their masters. Why didn't we think of this before? Wait, who's in charge of France now? Said Napoleon, trying to take over Europe. Luckily, they banished him to an island.
But he came back.
Luckily, they banished him to another island. There goes Latin.
How civilized is that? Instead of like putting somebody in jail or something, you just banish him to an island. Like what? And he came back after the first time? What is that about?
America becoming independent in the Latin American Wars of Independence. Britain just figured out how to turn steam into power, so now they can make
Many different types of machines.
Oh, here we go.
Factories with machines in them, so they can make a lot of products real fast.
Then they invent some trains and conquer India and maybe put some trains there. Hey,
Yeah,
China,
I did
said
know
Britain,
about
buy
that.
stuff
I did
from
know
us.
about
Nah,
that.
dude, we already got everything, says China.
And they get China addicted to opium.
So Britain tried to get them addicted to opium, which worked actually. But
And,
then China made it illegal and dumped it all into the sea. So Britain threw a hissy fit and made them open up 5 cities and give them an island.
Hong Kong. Yeah, so that's the one out of the I didn't know they gave them all that other stuff, but I knew they got Hong Kong out of that. And I don't really know what's going on with Hong Kong these days, but it seems like China's trying to basically not make it so independent anymore. Somebody in the comments, please let me know what's going on in Hong Kong as of the past few years, because I know there was some crazy protests and yeah, didn't seem good from what I do remember of this current status of Hong Kong in terms of China-Hong Kong relations, let's say.
Britain and Russia are playing a game where they try to stop each other from conquering Afghanistan. Also, the
Sultan of Oman lives in Zanzibar now.
that's just where he lives. India just had a revolution, and they would like to govern themselves now. Nope, said Britain, governing them even harder than before.
British Raj. I don't know much about that.
Technology is about to go crazy.
The United States finally figured out whether slavery is good or bad. It's bad, they decided. And then they continued manifesting their destiny, which is to kill the rest of the natives and take their land and maybe kick out the Mexicans too. I know, let's rape Africa, said Europe, scrambling to see who could rape it the fastest. They never got
Damn.
Ethiopia. Britain and France are still hungry.
They never got Thailand.
The United States ran out of destiny to manifest, so they're looking for more.
Hawaii, Cuba.
Wait, Spain controls Cuba. Well, blame something on them and go to war. What should we blame on Spain? Let's blame the Maine on Spain. So they blame the Maine on Spain. Now we're in business. To celebrate, they kick Panama out of Panama and make a canal, connecting the 2 oceans.
That's cool. I did read a book called Confessions of an Economic Hitman. And this guy basically lived, what's his job? But he was involved in the Panama Canal and that whole goings on in Panama. Perkins' involvement with the NSA. So basically this guy got, I don't know if his job you'd consider it a spy, but like an economic hitman was basically what he did. He went around the world and basically bullied countries and jurisdictions into doing things that were beneficial to the United States. Very, very interesting book. It's been probably 5 years since I've read it, but great book.
Britain just found oil in the Middle East. It makes Panama out of Panama and make a canal, connect.
So, by the way, Matt, you can imagine having to go all the way around to South America versus being able to connect the 2 oceans, the value in that, just in terms of trading potential and whatnot. That's you can see why the incentive was there, I guess, but you know, obviously somebody controlled that area, and anyhow, I don't know much about the history of it, but other than that there was obviously some incentive for the US, for instance, to go in and want this to happen, right? Somebody let me know in the comments if you know much more about the Panama Canal history.
The two oceans. Britain just found oil in the Middle East. It makes cars go. China is so tired of being bossed around that they delete their old government and make a new, stronger government, which is accidentally weaker and controlled by a guy from the previous government.
That's
Europe
a
hasn't
weird
had
flag.
a war since the last war, so they start World War I. Look at those guns. It's going to be a great war. So great we won't need a second one. After it's over, they blame Germany. Russia went on strike and the workers overthrew the government. Now everyone's paycheck is the same.
Communism in the Soviet Union.
The Arabs revolt and Britain helps. Now the Ottoman Empire's gone, so we can give the
Jewish people a place to live.
Hopefully the Arabs won't mind. Let's cut the cake, said Sykes and Picot, carving up the remains of the not-so-Ottoman-anymore empire.
Except Turkey. Turkey makes a brand new Turkey.
And then the Saudis conquer Arabia. It just seemed like the right thing to do. Hello? Yes, it's the 1920s calling. Let's get in the car and drive to a party and listen to jazz on the radio and go to the movies. The economy's great and it'll probably be great forever. Just kidding. Germany's back featuring Hitler, the angry mustache model, and he's mad at the Jews for existing. Japan is finally conquering the East, and they're so excited they raped Nanking way too hard. They should probably just deny it. Hitler's out of control, so the international community tackles him and tries to explain why killing all the Jews is a bad idea, but he kills himself before they could explain it to him.
That's World War II.
Bonus round, Pacific Showdown, United States versus Japan.
See, I didn't know that Japan had gained control of all of this this territory in World War II. Wait, is this World War II? Yeah, this is World War II when the US dropped the nukes, right? I guess they were atom bombs. I guess atom bomb is a nuclear weapon. But I didn't know they had control of all of this territory. And I did know that they went into China in specifically I know about the rape of Nanking, which is from what I understand very horrific, and horrible things happen there that were probably, you know, akin to like anyway, not good things. And there's a book actually that I have on my shelf called The Rape of Nanking, which goes into the story, I guess, of Japan in World War II going into China, specifically Nanking. And I have not read it yet, but I do have it on my shelf.
Fight! Finish him. Let's unite all the nations and have some
World peace.
Seems legit. Hi, I'm Gandhi, and if Britain doesn't get the hell out of India, I'm going to starve myself in public. Wow, that worked. Bonus, now there's Pakistan. Actually, two Pakistans. One of them could be Bangladesh later. The Jews and the Arabs finally figured out which one of them should live in the Holy Land. Me, they both said at the same time. Let's divide up the land so everyone's happy.
Psych, they both get angry.
Okay, right. I know this map has changed several times,
Me,
and I think 1967, is this the 1967 one?
Both said at the same time. Let's divide up the land so everyone's...
It doesn't say. It was after World War II, though, so that might be the one, the 1967 map. I know there's some. I've definitely seen how this territory has evolved in terms of this split between Jewish and Palestinian territory over time, and there's a few specific moments when it's changed drastically, and yeah, as we know right now, there is still significant tension between Palestine and Israel, so
happy.
Psych, they both get angrier.
Look out, China. There's a new China in China. What's on the menu? Communism. No thanks, said the other China, escaping to an island. I wonder which one is the real China. There's the Korean War, Korea versus Korea. Nobody wins, then it's on pause forever. Let's meet the sponsors. Oh, it's the two global superpowers. They're having a friendly debate over which economic system is good and which one is an evil virus of Satan. And they both have atom bombs. Fight! Wait, no, that would be the end of the world. Let's just keep it cool and spy on each other instead. And make sure we have enough atom bombs. I'll race you to space. Now let's make some more countries fight themselves. Europe is tired of pillaging other continents, and the continents they were pillaging are tired of being pillaged. So here's a new map with new countries. Now you can't tell who they're being pillaged by. The United States finally decided whether racism is good or bad. They decided it. Now you can't tell who they're being.
So this is when the decolonization of Africa, I guess you could say. But as you can see here, neocolonialism, which is basically the new way to colonize, which is not to necessarily be the one fully in control, but to basically colonize them through subverting the leadership of the country and getting a country in debt to you. I know China has indebted Africa like crazy, and you know, they, with the promises of economic activity and blah blah blah, but the reality is that some of these debts are just so big that basically these countries will be indebted to China monetarily and culturally and everything else for a long time due to the debts that they've taken on from China to build the infrastructure that China's provided. And China would bring in their own workers into Africa, and I think even Jamaica. Actually, I think China built a highway in connecting like two regions of Jamaica that basically nobody uses. Jamaica has China to thank for much needed infrastructure. Okay. Okay, I'm sorry. I apologize for my state broadcaster here, CBC in Canada. Um, because my understanding was that this infrastructure was probably overdone in terms of it was more than Jamaica could take on financially, and now likely is significantly in debt to China for the foreseeable future. Let me know if you know anything about that. This is just something I remembered. And let's get back to finishing this video. We're almost done. Sorry about that, guys.
Pillaged by. The United States finally decided whether racism is good or bad. They decided it's bad, and the world agrees. South Africa might need another minute to think about it. Let's check the world population. Whoa. Okay. Technology's better too.
Damn.
That might keep happening.
That's
The
a lot of
Soviet Union
population.
decides to relax a little and accidentally falls apart. Europe makes a union, so now they can all use the same money, except Britain because they don't feel like it. Let's check the mail. Surprise, it's on the computer. Whoops, someone just attacked America. I bet they'll remember that. Phone call. Surprise, it's in your pocket.
9/11. So I do I do know quite a bit about 9/11, honestly. I watched a lot of videos on the topic. There's one, if you're interested in learning more about 9/11 and just what I found, or not necessarily learning more about it, but what I found interesting to watch relating to 9/11 was the um, this one, 9/11 air traffic control transcripts and audio, FAA and NORAD tapes. So this is compiled by Rutgers Law Review, and basically it's all of the air traffic control from the day of 9/11, including NORAD and FAA. So you actually get some military communications as well, and it's I guess the way it's put together is it's, you know, chronological for the most part, but just incredible insight into what really happened, or what the state of mind of the people, the air traffic controllers who realize they've lost communications with the pilot and that they're flying radar, meaning that they've turned off their transponder and they're looking at them as a primary target on a radar. Just incredibly interesting stuff to me, at least, and I just wanted to share that for any viewers who might find this interesting relating to 9/11. Let's finish this up. Sorry about that.
Want to learn everything? Surprise, it's on the computer. Now your phone's a computer, which is in your pocket. Whoops, the economy just crashed. Don't worry, the big banks won't fail because they're not supposed to. Surprise, flying robots. With bombs. Want to print a brain? Some people have no friends. Some people have no food. The globe is warming.
And the ocean is full of plastic.
Let's save the planet, said everybody, not knowing how. Let's invent a thing inventor, said the thing inventor after being invented by a thing inventor. That's pretty cool. By the way, where the hell are we?
Interesting. Great video, man. Bill Wirtz, like, I'm just thinking about the amount of effort that went into this video. It is immense. Like, to, one, understand all of that history well enough to be able to comment on it. Two, to put it together chronologically into a narrative like he's done. And three, like the animations and even the sounds, like the audio. He's got custom sort of like music and sounds to everything. Like, this is truly a masterpiece of a video. And yeah, what an incredible video. Definitely deserving of the 150 million views. If you ask me, though, it probably deserves far more than that, but this is not necessarily everybody's type of content. So, but for me, I love this kind of stuff. If you're watching this, you probably like this video too. And if you like this reaction, please give me a like, give me a subscribe. I'm a brand new YouTube channel, and I just put a a test video where I was testing my settings, but I literally have one subscriber, and it is my other personal YouTube account. So that means I have 0 effective subscribers. So if you guys want to, please drop me a subscription on YouTube. I'm also on Rumble. And but yeah, also give me comments. Let me know where you'd like to see me take this channel, and what you'd like me to react to or watch. And I really want to get to that 1,000 hours viewed so that I can hopefully go live and do some live streams and have a more interactive chat experience with me browsing the internet. And yeah, so I think that's all that I need to say on this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment. Let's get in touch, and I'd love to see you at another one of my videos. Thank you guys so much for watching, and take care. Peace.